What's going on, my fellow Eldians? And today we're going to be breaking down episode 83 of Attack on Titan. I will be explaining how the Jaegerist uprising was foreshadowed years earlier and what the Jaegerist being in control means for the rest of our main characters. Now, before we get into today's video, I wanted to give you guys a friendly reminder that a like and subscription goes a long way for any and every content creator, so feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you choose to do so. Lego. Now, the episode begins with this pretty gruesome scene in which Hanji kills the Jaegerist tasked with capturing her and Levi following their escape in the first episode of the season. Attack on Titan does a fantastic job of illustrating the concept of kill or be killed, which can be seen in particularly every aspect of the current situation, such as Eren's decision to use the rumbling to destroy the rest of the world, and the decision to kill Commander Pixis and all the others who were transformed into Titans by Zeke. In this scene, Hanji slowly starts to realize what Sans meant when he said there's an order to the parts they play in toppling a government. Everyone who is not a Jaegerist will be outlawed or executed now that the Jaegerists have taken control. Time travel is prevalent in Attack on Titan, but it appears that history can repeat itself in other ways. Now, these events happened a few moments before Eren took control of the founding Titan, because Hanji is taken to the coordinate during Eren's speech. This brief scene demonstrates the difference between how time moves in the real world and time in the coordinate. 10 minutes in the coordinate could be a fraction of a second in the real world, demonstrating how much the founder Ymir has suffered throughout her life. Levi is awakened by this and inquires as to where Zeke is. Levi is still hell-bent on killing Zeke, and is even willing to work with Peak and Commander Maggot to exact his revenge. We return to Armin and Gabby's pursuit of Conny and Falco, as they decide to rest before heading to Rakugo village in the morning. The problem is that Conny hasn't figured exactly how he's going to get his mother to eat Conny, because she's upside down and is able to move due to her small limbs. He could overpower Conny, but it would be a lot riskier if he gets hurt and decides to transform. When they arrive, Falco realizes that he's in Rakugo village. Conny is taken back by this and wonders how he knows where he is. Falco knows it's Rakugo village because of the shared memories with Gilead. Zeke most likely informed Gilead of the mission in Rakugo after he returned to MARELY, and after hearing Conny speak about Sasha, he gradually began to connect the dots. As Falco's suspicion grew, Conny had no choice but to ask Falco to brush her teeth. Now, this is by far the strangest thing that's happened in Attack on Titan. I guess it's because he didn't have much time to come up with a good strategy, so he went with this one instead. Fortunately for Falco, Gabby and Armin finally caught up with them as they had been riding all night to make it in time. This is where Conny takes Falco hostage and things start to escalate. Gabby tells Falco to use his new Titan shifting powers, but is unaware he's turned into a Titan by Zeke, ate Gilead, and is now an only child. Armin recalls Captain Levi as he gathers the courage to rescue Falco. There's always been a long debate about whether Armin was the right choice over Eren, and it appears that Armin's starting to believe that he was the wrong person to bring back. After asking Gabby to forgive Conny, he springs into action and offers himself as a sacrifice in order to save Falco, but just as he's about to be eaten, Conny swoops in and saves him. After nearly losing a comrade, Conny realized that sacrificing anyone to return his mother to human form isn't something she would want, so he decides to help Armin save people instead. We skip ahead to the scene in which Mikasa was looking for Louise, or more specifically her scarf. Louise was a Jaegerist who admired Mikasa because she was the little girl Mikasa saved from that abnormal Titan during the Battle of Trost. Louise explains that she kept the scarf in hopes of bringing them closer together and informs Mikasa that she has a piece of Thunderspiel shrapnel in her body and can't be removed, which was probably from the fighting all the Titans and will most likely die soon. She also informs Mikasa that Eren intended to throw the scarf away. Mikasa is taken back by this, but insists on returning the scarf. I'm not sure what Mikasa's intentions are here, but I'm sure we'll find out before the season's over. Following that, we see the final few Colossal Titans marching to MARELY from Paradise Island. This, I believe, means that we finally get to see Eren in his founding Titan form. Anyways, Flock is giving his victory speech to the rest of the Jaegerists in another building, as the war has finally ended and they are now free. For the most part, it seems that the majority of the aliens are in support of their newfound freedom, as festivals are being held in Eren's honor. We transition to this scene where Armin is right next to Annie as she's eating, while Armin is discussing the high likelihood that Eren's undoing of all hardening also freed Annie. She chokes after hearing her name, and Conny bursts out laughing at this point. We haven't seen a wholesome scene like this in a long time, so it was really refreshing to see. She chooses to join them, leaving Hitch behind. Returning to the Jaegerist situation, we see that Flock is about to execute Onyankopon and Yelena for their support in the euthanization plan. Flock points out that Onyankopon was aware of the euthanization plan, so he invites Onyankopon to join the Jaegerists. Onyankopon laughs at the very idea and correctly labels all of the Jaegerists as xenophobic. Then Onyankopon shifts his attention to Jean, who is standing directly behind him, and inquires as to why he hasn't said anything. Jean quickly raises his gun and fires 4 shots into the ground, signaling peak for an evac. As they make their escape, they see a figure inside the window watching them. My guess is that this is Commander Shadis, as the last time we saw him was in a room with some of the military police. The anime cuts to when they finally meet up with the rest of the group, and Onyankopon asks Jean when exactly he joined up with the Marleyans. He says it was from the night before, and is probably the reason why we got this shot of Jean and Mikasa. Jean appears to be the character who has changed the most out of everyone else, as he has always wanted to be in the military police and have an easy life, but he continues to choose the difficult path. He says the Ashy Bones would never forgive him for giving up, and I believe he's referring to Marco and everyone else who died along the way. Yelena asks why she was rescued after betraying MARELY. Hanji explains to her that she was an important part of the exchange, and that Commander Magath wanted her alive. The reason for this is unclear, but I'm sure it would be revealed next Sunday. The episode ends with this awesome scene of everyone, and it seems that they intend on stopping Eren from carrying out his plan. That's it. If you learned anything or got a better understanding of the episode from this, please consider liking the video and clicking the subscribe button. Thank you for taking the time to watch my breakdown video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Thank you.